So Meredith has been begging me to do this episode for an incredibly long time because she did the research for it, she put it all together, and I didn't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I do not want to drink these drinks. It's going to hurt me. But today, on HTD, I'm looking at the worst Mai Tais in America. That's right. She scoured the internet for examples of recipes and receipts of just Mai Tais that are not Mai Tais. So today, let's drink them and review them at HTD. So, caveats. I don't necessarily know where all of these menus are from. I asked Meredith if she did. She said, I don't know either. She found them, I think, on Instagram and TikTok and that kind of thing. I do have like photos of the menus from which they come, and they will be appearing here. If you can identify where this is at in the comments, that would be great. The second caveat, I don't actually have recipes, actual recipes for most of these. I have ingredient lists. I can work with an ingredient list. We can get pretty close. This episode is going to hurt my soul, and the reason it's going to hurt my soul is because honestly I think that the Mai Tai is maybe my favorite drink in the universe. Mai Tai, invented I think 1944 is the actual year by Trader Vic. Much maligned drink, has had a wonderful resurgence because for many years it was made horrifically, as per the recipes in this episode. We've rediscovered the Mai Tai. We're making it right these days. There is no earthly reason for these to be as messed up as they appear to be, and yet here we are, aren't we? Okay, so this first one to make is simply labeled Island Cocktails Mai Tai. I don't know what restaurant this came from. Involves spiced rum, coconut rum, triple sec, Curaçao, lime, sour mix, and orange juice. Sour mix, for those of you who don't know, is a relic of bartending from before the revolution of the early 2000s that is nothing more than a combination of like lemon and lime juice, however you like, and then double that with simple syrup. That's roughly how you do it. There's probably no standardized way to do it from place to place. In fact, many places probably are just gonna use some kind of like finest call sour mix. I don't have any right now, that's okay. I don't have any ever. I don't need that in my life. Let's try to make sense out of this recipe. I don't have any real measurements here. I only have like a list of ingredients to go off of. Spiced rum and coconut rum. I'm gonna assume equal parts. Spiced rum, I brought either Kraken or Blackheart. Well, let's go with Blackheart on this one. I think spiced rum comes up later. We'll use Kraken on the next one. What was the other one? Coconut rum. Okay, sure. Here we go. 1.5 ounces of Blackheart, 1.5 ounces of coconut rum, Malibu in this case, which feels like a lot, but what do I know? Triple sec. Okay, let's say, I don't know, 1/2 ounce, 3/4 of an ounce. Curaçao? Curaçao. Do they mean blue Curaçao? Curaçao? It does say orange. Okay, 1/2 ounce. People are like, Greg, you're not even trying to make it good. I don't know how to make this good. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. This is a crazy list of ingredients that are contradictory. We have triple sec and Curaçao. We have lime, orange juice, and sour. Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense. But now we're up to lime. Let's guess 1/2 ounce. It should probably be like bottled lime juice too. And I'm guessing 1/2 ounce because we've also got sour mix. We got sour mix going on here. Shit hurts my brain. 1/2 ounce of lime. What the hell? Sour mix is next. Honestly, probably 1 ounce. Like, this is our source of sugar, so to speak. 1 ounce of sour mix. And now OJ. Is it like just a splash? Is it one of those things? Nope, doesn't say splash. Let's do 1/2 ounce of OJ. 3/4 if it goes that way. 3/4 of an ounce of orange juice. Let's shake it up. Shaky, shaky, achy breaky. There you go, 1 Mai Tai. Hold on, not quite. We're not done yet. We gotta get crazy. Not really, just like pretty normal here. If you're lucky on this drink, you're gonna get something like that. I don't have any umbrellas, which is crazy. I really need to get some more drink umbrellas. I wonder if anybody like makes nice drink umbrellas. And there you have it, a Mai Tai from Place. Oh, that tastes like suntan lotion circa 1989. Also kind of reminds me of my surfboard wax from when I was a kid. Very sweet, very coconut suntan lotion. Maui Jim, no, Panama Jack. It's a kind of sort of various suntan lotions. This is more of a Panama Jack. Yes. Has a very I mean, just artificial flavor to it. The orange is actually much louder than I would expect, although actually that might be it just like, it clings, and it has like a kind of a vomity, sour, sweet thing that kind of comes up on you. It's not good. But you know what is good? This cocktail glass. That's right, all of the drinkware here on How to Drink is provided by Whiskey. Whiskey is the official glassware provider of How to Drink, and if you need glasses, and you do, because you're probably making some drinks, why don't you head on over to whiskey.com, use code HowToDrink20 at checkout, you're gonna get 20% off your entire order of Whiskey's beautiful glassware. That's right, thank you, Whiskey. Oh my God. There is now actually developing kind of an ashtray component to it. It tastes like sweet burning. There are peach notes, I would say. Peach notes appearing, kind of. And lemony limeniness. I hate it. Thanks. Let's move on to the next drink. Thank you, Meredith. Thank you. Thank you for your input on this one. Thank you. That's right, Meredith is still a part of this show, still torturing me. Okay, next one up is Mai Tai. Again, restaurant unknown, but this is a menu shot. Says it cakes Mount Gay Eclipse rum. Not the worst start. Stoli vodka, triple sec, pineapple, and Sprite. The ways in which this spec resembles a Mai Tai are that it doesn't. It doesn't. In no ways. I think build this one in the glass. Let's get some ice. The fuck? The glass is too good for this drink. The ice is too good for this drink. Everything is too good for this drink. Why am I building it in the glass? Because I'm pretty sure that's exactly how you would make this drink. Secondly, because it's got Sprite in it. So it's been a minute since we've done a bad drinks episode, right? It's been a minute. Let's do this again. So Mount Gay Eclipse. Yes, I bought this for the show. And I think that Mount Gay is a pretty well-respected rum, actually. There's nothing wrong with this. So why Stoli? Why is there vodka in this? Why? I don't even know how to square that. That doesn't, that hurts my brain. Fine, 1.5 ounces of rum, and I bet that it's actually skewed the other way. I bet it's like either mostly vodka or half vodka, but yeah. Let's get our Stoli, the beautiful flavor of neutral grain spirits. I don't know, 3/4 of an ounce. There it is. Probably should have been 1.5. Should have just gone all the way. 3 times the dryness. We're gonna do an ounce of triple sec. I don't know, 3/4. Triple sec is less sweet than the Curaçao I typically use in a Mai Tai, so like more kind of makes sense. Pineapple juice. We gotta add the pineapple. Anybody ever listen to Adam Sandler's comedy albums, like from the late 80s or early 90s? I have. And there was a bit in it about 3 old guys talking about kids or something. I don't really remember, but I just remember whenever I say, you gotta have the whatever, and it doesn't make any sense, it's a reference to you gotta have the condoms about the, yeah. Anyway, the 1.5 ounces pineapple juice and Sprite. It felt like a can of pineapple juice in my hand, so instinctively I shook it, and I'm glad I brought 2. That would have been a problem. Okay, by the way, for those of you who keep score, yes, I did shoot an episode before this, but it only had 1 very strong drink in it. There you go, Spritey-dighty-doo. Give that a stir. That's a Mai Tai. Horrendous. So as I have learned on the show in previous episodes, adding Sprite to a drink damages both the Sprite and the drink. I can't explain the science of that, but we've done Sprite Hattons, we've done Sprite in Sprite is bad in cocktails. It is just not good, and it's not good in this drink either. It has a electric kind of acrid, ozone-y flavor to it that I don't like. I don't imagine most humans like. Robots might like it. And that's it, honestly. I don't really pick up on anything else. I just kind of pick up on this, it tastes like the buzzer on a game show. Why am I drinking more? And I think that's the combination of the pineapple plus all the other things in there somehow. But the Sprite, yep, nope. By the way, in case you were wondering, that's not a Mai Tai. This Mai Tai appears on a lit up sign that I can only imagine is outside at a stadium. I'm trying to guess where that's at. Maybe a stadium, maybe a food truck, I don't know. It says on it, cocktails, and then it says Texas Mai Tai. Now, I've got to give this drink some credit because it's not saying it's a Mai Tai, it's saying it's a Texas Mai Tai. So it's a whole different thing. It's a whole different can of wax. Can of wax. Whole different can of wax here. Let's go with that. A whole different can of wax. Oh boy, baby. To make a Texas Mai Tai, you need Deep Eddy Lime Vodka. Nothing else will do. And by nothing else will do, I mean that very nearly nothing else is in this drink. Here's a cool thing about Deep Eddy Lime Vodka. I can't find it in a smaller bottle. So I bought this for this one drink. Yep, that's a fact, baby. 2 ounces. Oh yeah. Maybe it's Texas sized. Maybe it's like 3 or 4 ounces. That does make sense. Let's Texas size it up to 3 ounces. Hang on. Deep in the heart of Texas. Okay, orgeat. Probably they would be using the stuff that they sell for coffee or something. Like I forget the name of those, like the syrups brands, but I happen to only have my nice orgeat here, which was actually made using the 60-second orgeat that, if I'm not mistaken, Make and Drink, I think his name is Derek, sort of pioneered. This shit is great. I am not making orgeat another way ever again because this is fine, fantastic, and wonderful, and so easy. Go check out his video on that. I'll put links around, and I will be doing kind of my own content on this, if you don't mind, Mr. Derek, in a future episode with an expansion that Matt from my Discord, from my patrons, my patron-exclusive Discord came up with. So I'm excited about presenting all of this information based on research that other people did for me. So here we go. 1 ounce? 1 ounce of orgeat? Why not? And in case you're wondering what my 60-second orgeat tastes like, it's nearly identical to my not 60-second orgeat. I think the thing to do now would be to shake that and then top with the next ingredient, which I am loath to speak out loud. Let's get her done. Let's get her done. Crack some ice into your shaker, your blender. Just build it in a glass, probably. Okay, give this a shaky, achy boop. Pour that into the glass of your choice. In this case, I'm using this tiki glass that I've never had call for on the show. Doop dop doo 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 doo. That looks freaking weird. Hit that with some orange Gatorade. I almost wonder, just for funsies, can this be like layered? Oh, it can. No, not really. It sort of bleeds on down in there. Cool. I can't believe this is real. It feels like a prank. I feel like I'm getting... Where's he at? Where's Ashton Kutcher? Am I getting punked? You kids don't know anything about that. Ashton Kutcher used to have a television show on MTV in which he would punk people, but it was all staged. Don't worry. That's how it works. You have to sign a release before you go on TV, guys. Just so you know, hidden camera shows, they're not real. Yep, Deep Eddy Lime Vodka, orgeat, and orange Gatorade. Deep in the heart of Texas, Mai Tai. Oh, wow. That's a little bit too much lime, but that's weirdly close to like creamsicle, and I kind of like that. I may revisit this in a Patreon exclusive after I'm done with everything else, because I think we could workshop that into a drink that I will never call a Mai Tai, but which will taste like a creamsicle and be fun. Wow, that Lime Eddy vodka's gotta go. I guess it comes from Texas though, and it's just like thematically in there. It tastes like, you know what it tastes like? It tastes like a creamsicle mixed with swimming pool. That's what it tastes like. Deep Eddy Lime Vodka is garbage. It is very not great. Is it even like vodka foolproof? Oh, it's a liqueur. It's only 35% ABV. So it's not even really vodka. It's also not really even vodka because it has flavors in it, but I digress. I'm making a lot of terrible Mai Tais in this episode, and even though you might not want these recipes, you could get them in the HTD app that I built myself on my computer alone. Check that bad boy out. This here app takes the How to Drink show and makes it really usable for you as a personal cocktail guide. It's web-based, which is cool because it means I can update and continue to update and clean up the data set on the fly without you needing to download anything new. And it's system agnostic. You can reuse it on your desktop. You can use it on Android, iPhone, Nextel, whatever. Probably not Nextel. Where you at? So you'll find that it has every drink in here. I like the carousel mode for phones, but you can also do the grid, which is like that. Hey, you see how Black Yukon Supper Punch or Bloody Mary has 2 versions? Well, if you click on that, you'll find both versions. Isn't that neat? Let's go home. You can go to episodes and you can search by episode. You can go back to drinks and look in drinks, right? We have and, or, ABV, ABC, all, or faves. That's because you can select favorite drinks and keep them on a short list in your pocket. You can sort your list by descending alphabetically or by ABV. You can have it ascending or descending, and you can set your filters to and or, which means like, I want drinks that take this and this and this, or this, or this, or this, you know? Don't worry about it. Some people get Booleans, some people don't. I think that's a Boolean thing. Preparation method is a tag. You can use ingredients to search by. You can use tags, which Meredith and I are always developing. You can use media adapted from. That's the one I usually like to show off. So like, for example, if you want all the drinks I made for Batman, the animated series, of which there is only one, you can find it that way. Isn't that cool? I think that's really cool. And I'm very proud of it because I built it myself. In addition to that, you will save this show because YouTube revenue has gone way bad. Viewership has gone way bad too, ever since January 1, 2024? Yes, the beginning of 2024. Literally, it just went because something happened. Not blaming anybody. I just know that something about the architecture changed and it was not my favorite thing in the world. It has been difficult, to say the least. Because this show is a full-time job for me and Meredith and a part-time job for several freelancers, and there's just no way around that. This show cannot exist without Patreon. So if you love the show, go and please check out htdapp.com or patreon.com/howtodrink and see if there's anything over there that would make it worth your while. You'll get access to extended content, exclusive drinks like the rework of this. You'll get access to behind the scenes content, our private Discord, which is really cool. We just had our Secret Santa for the summer, and I got the coolest poster from whoever my Secret Santa was. It was awesome. Our mods are excellent in there. It's a fantastic community that is about a lot more than cocktails. And I am so honored that somehow that kind of coalesced around this show. It's really cool. If you love the show, please check that out. And if there's anything over there that makes it worth your while, I'll see you in the Discord. And if there's not, I would appreciate it if you would tell me what it would take for you to become a patron, because I'm always trying to improve my offerings on Patreon. Okay, next drink. Let's move along. I like this. Again, menu drink, no idea where it's at. They call it a true Mai Tai. And I'm looking at the list of ingredients, and this is not a true Mai Tai. Light rum, amaretto, pineapple juice, simple syrup, lime juice, orange juice, and a dark rum float. Oh, how I love the insanity of a dark rum float. It makes no fucking sense. You don't need a float on a drink ever. I can't think of a classic tiki cocktail that comes with a float. Maybe. I've heard people say like, it's not a Mai Tai if it doesn't have a dark rum float on it. That isn't true. It's a bad idea. It's unmixed rum sitting on top of your drink. You can put it into the drink and balance the drink for it, and it would be a better drink for it. In addition to that, this is a drink you're probably gonna drink with a straw, so the geometry, what? Fluid dynamics, ha! Let's make this stupid drink. I've been yelling a lot. I don't really mean to. I'm sorry. I've been Mr. Radio Announcer guy this whole episode, and that's not like the guy who I am. I'm gonna tone it down now. Let's tone it down. Let's bring it back down to earth, Greg. Lime juice? How much lime juice? As he digs for a lime. What is an appropriate amount of lime juice in an abomination such as this? I don't know. How about half an ounce? Because we got some other fruit juices in there. There you go, half an ounce of lime juice. Lucky us. Okie dokie dokie. Orange juice, half an ounce of orange juice. Keep these guys nice and equal parts. Now, orange juice is much sweeter than like lime or lemon juice. And actually, I gotta say, I don't know its actual sugar content versus those, but it's way less acidic. So it certainly presents as much sweeter. A simple syrup, an ounce, 3/4 of an ounce. Let's split the difference. Hey, Greg, the logo, can you make it bigger? Yes, I can make it bigger. Hey, Greg, I saw the revised edit. That logo was too big. Okay, do you want me to go back to the old one? Why don't we split the difference? That's producer. Pineapple juice. Let's do pineapple juice. I don't know, an ounce. I genuinely, I can't even imagine. Did they specify the amaretto here? No, that's good, because I'm gonna use Lazzaroni, which is a pretty good amaretto. I think a later drink in this list does call for Bowls amaretto, which I checked, I don't seem to have a bottle of, and I'm not gonna buy a bottle of just for this episode, so that will also get a pretty decent amaretto. 3/4 of an ounce feels appropriate. I think that maybe they're calling this a true Mai Tai because it includes a thing that ostensibly tastes like almond. Do I have a light rum? Yeah. Once again, still out of Bacardi. I haven't had call to buy another bottle, which is certainly the light rum they would be using here unless they use something like Palo Viejo or something like that. So Plantation, a huge upgrade. 2 ounces. And actually, in probability, like at the place that would serve this drink, 1.5 ounces. But maybe we've overshot the whole thing and we're still in proportion. I think that that's probably pretty close to the actual spec for this. If it's not, wow, this drink has got to be extremely out of whack. Let's get some ice. Ice I crushed before I shot. Whiskey also makes this little short guy too. Look at that guy. Whoop, there it is. The true Mai Tai. I'll just steal this straw. And the garnish. Whoop, same garnish, same straw from the first one. I gotta say, it is the closest one yet. And if you served me this, I wouldn't send it back. I wouldn't be thrilled. And the other thing I gotta say too is that actually all of these are, well, no, but at least they're not blue. You know, like at least they're not bright red. Like they're closer to the appropriate color for a Mai Tai than a bad Mai Tai typically is. It's the least bad of the batch. So truer. The texture is off. It has like a stinging kind of bite to it that I don't love. I actually think that the orange juice is messing this thing way up. I also think that like it's out of balance. It's way sweet compared to a Mai Tai. It is not nutty enough. It's not nutty enough. A Mai Tai has a different texture if you make it with like gouda orgeat because it's gonna have some of those fats and oils from the almonds in it. And the flavor is askew. It has no depth to its rum. It has no gas in there, right? Like you should be using some funkier rums to try to recreate that Wray and Nephew 17 year. People will use usually like a combination of Demerara's, Jamaicas, and also Martinique style like agricoles in some configuration that they have decided upon. So there's like a massive, like the rum here is, Plantation 3 Star is a lovely rum, but it's not doing anything that those other rums are doing. Best of the bad batch. A lot of cherry notes, which is weird. I don't know where that's coming from. It's not coming from that little maraschino cherry that I happen to be looking at. Sorry. When we're talking about the American style neon red cherries, we tend to use the word maraschino. Yeah, some people give me shit about the way I say maraschino on the show, which is very pretentious, but because there's such a huge difference between the Italian style imported cherries and the American style like neon ice cream cherries, bartenders and mixologists since like the mid 2000s have used the Italian pronunciation to indicate the Italian cherries and the American pronunciation to indicate the American cherries. I'm not somebody who slips on an accent or something like that for words usually. I'm of the mindset and generation that thinks like, no, you pronounce that word in your voice. It's weird and pantomime-y to slip into somebody else's, unless it's a name. Next drink. So I'm looking at this menu. First off, there's 2 drinks next to it. There's a pina colada, fine, whatever. There's the Mai Tai, and then there's a drink called a Cowgirl Roadie. Yeah, that sounds cool. What's in a Cowgirl Roadie? Captain Morgan, original spiced rum, peach schnapps, orange juice, and strawberry mix. Ew, no. Oh no, I fucked up. I gotta go back, because this drink calls for a float of dark rum, but so did the true Mai Tai, and I forgot. Now I have to float some dark rum on it and review it again. The rums that I have are things from Plantation. And here we go, Plantation Original Dark Rum, floating kind of on top of the drink. Let's see if it changed it. It didn't, because it's floating on it. Let's mix it in. This actually might add a lot of depth to the rum. I'm not gonna lie, that rebalanced the drink a lot, but why is it floating? There's some nasty doctor's office notes in there at the very end, some real fumey notes. It's still the least bad of the batch. I actually have to say I don't truly hate that drink. Now we can get to the drink that's beneath a Cowgirl Roadie and above a pina colada. Wow, it's under a cowgirl and it's over a peony. That's just the way the menu is laid out, guys. And it's a Mai Tai. And it takes rum, peach schnapps, grenadine, orange juice, pineapple juice, and a float of dark rum. Certainly the grenadine it's calling for is Rose's garbage grenadine syrup, which is made of high fructose corn syrup, water, citric acid, sodium citrate, sodium benzoate, red 40, everybody's favorite artificial color, natural and artificial flavors, blue 1, and there it is, your Rose's grenadine bullshit. But that's definitely the grenadine it calls for. Peach. I was looking for peach. Look, I got apricot. That's not a million miles away from peach. It's really not. That's what I got. I really wish I had like some dirt cheap Palo Viejo or something like that. I thought I had a bottle. All right, Bad news, I didn't find the Palo Viejo or Bacardi or anything like that. Good news, I did find some peach schnapps. So we're in business now. We're in business! All right, we're gonna use an ounce of pineapple juice, 1 ounce of orange juice, I guess an ounce of grenadine, I don't even know. None of this makes any sense to me. Garbage, oh God, that is gross. Ounce of grenadine is so just like syrupy. It's very thick. 3/4 of an ounce of peach schnapps. Notice that there is grenadine, pineapple, there's no orgeat of any kind here. 3/4 of an ounce of peach schnapps. And I'm actually gonna pour, because that just seems crazy. All of that other stuff seems, no, I bet it is. 2 ounces of rum. I was gonna do 3 to kind of rebalance it, but I think that's unfair. I don't think it would have been that balanced. Ice goes in my shaker. And now I shake my bright red drink. That's not a Mai Tai. Just like neon pink in here. So here we are. This is our first bright red Mai Tai. Look, the color is genuinely fun, but it's the wrong color for a Mai Tai. Wait, oh, cough syrup, that, that's a drink I would send back. That fucking sucks. Oh my God. That tastes like cough syrup, big time. Or like, not Kool-Aid, but like, remember those like little plastic barrels full of fruit juice? It tastes, oh yeah, it tastes like high C. It tastes like high C fruit punch. It tastes like high C fruit punch. Wow, I don't like that. Definitely not what I'm looking for in a Mai Tai. Or a cocktail of any kind. This is bad. None of these drinks had any redeeming qualities whatsoever, and we are all stupider for having heard them. You get one more, YouTube. One more. One bonus drink for YouTube, but if you want the second bonus drink, you gotta go to Patreon. That'll be where I fix this drink and make it good. Well, not this one, but that other one that was interesting. This drink is from, again, restaurant, I have no idea. Calls for spiced rum, coconut rum, orange juice, pineapple juice, and grenadine. Let's start it off with spiced rum. I said I would do the next one, Kraken. And so I will. 2 ounces of Kraken. Everybody's favorite terrible spiced rum. Just like eau du headache is what I refer to this as. Just like tastes like vanilla hookah tobacco, if memory serves. Yeah, about that. Coconut rum, we all know that they mean Malibu or possibly my enemy. That other one that comes in the plastic bottle. This will be the top shelf at this place. An ounce, I don't know. Because there's definitely coconut in a Mai Tai. Orange juice? Orange juice. That's orange. An ounce of orange juice. An ounce of pineapple juice. And, let's be gentle, 1/2 ounce of Rose's grenadine. This is one of my favorite glasses from Whiskey, and frankly, this drink is unbecoming of it, but here we go. And here we are, another bright red grenadine Mai Tai from Place. So coconutty. That combination of coconut and spiced rum is almost always gonna wind up tasting like suntan lotion. It tastes like suntan lotion, which, to be honest, is maybe exactly what the person who ordered this wanted. They were probably on vacation, maybe they were at the beach, maybe they ordered this drink and said, suntan lotion, exactly what I wanted. I wanted to drink that smell of suntan lotion. A lot of a Mai Tai. Oh, it's bad. These have been the worst Mai Tais in America. Thanks, Meredith. See you guys next time on HTD.